And we are set for this 150-pound matchup in the lightweight division. Darius Ayers already in the cage, coming and making his entrance is Kedrick Shadley. Steven, tell us a little bit about Shadley.
So Shadley's coming into this match 2-0 out of Team Omni Movement from Oakland, California. He's listed as having 1 year collegiate boxing. His last fight was a TKO back in June. And, yeah, I think he's definitely going to match up well against Ayers.
Yeah, and those 2 wins you mentioned, Steven, are both in 2018. So, Nicole, how does he try to keep his momentum alive here? This is 3rd fight in 2018 alone. What are you expecting from Shadley coming into this one?
Well, he hasn't had any losses, so definitely I'm expecting for another win. I'm really hoping that this is his lucky 3. However, Darius is also a very good fighter, so I really want to see how this fighter from the Dragon House is expecting to fight Kedrick.
Yeah, and Ayers from Dragon House, 27 years of age, Orthodox fighter from San Francisco, California. We're actually going to send it to Jim Cooley for the official announcement. Now I'll get back to Ayers in a second.
Referee, when the action begins, Mr. Phil Baldacci. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, hailing from Vallejo, California. He represents Team Dragon House and weighing in at 151.8 pounds, Darius D-Money Ayers. His opponent, across the cage in the red corner, makes his home in Oakland, California. He represents Omni Movement and weighing in at 151.6 pounds, Kedrick Shadley.
Big thanks to Jim Cooley, Voice of Champions, being the official ring announcer here for Oktoberfest. We're getting set for 3 2-minute rounds here in mixed martial arts action here at the Napa Valley Expo, or Bay Area Combat. Ayers coming in at a 1-1 record versus Shadley's perfect 2-0. And we're getting set once the bell rings. And the fight is underway. It's both fighters posturing in the center of the cage. Nobody's striking yet. Really just trying to find a rhythm here, especially a boxer like you said, Shadley, wants to find his rhythm early.
Absolutely, and Ayers is coming in with some kung fu experience. Let's see how quick his hands are against the boxer.
Yeah, both these fighters very athletic in their build, as Ayers misses on that combination.
And Ayers is definitely looks like he outweighs Shadley by a decent amount.
But Shadley does have the reach advantage, so he'll definitely try to utilize that in this matchup, as 40 seconds have gone by in this first round. Not a lot of action so far, a lot of posturing from these 2 fighters.
Yeah, let's see if they try to keep it on their feet and see if it even goes to the ground at all in this first round.
Yeah, and we'll see if there's some unrest from the crowd, because approaching a minute in, almost half the round gone, as Ayers misses with that left hook.
Yeah, they still seem to be kind of measuring out as Ayers throws that left. Excuse me, yeah, Ayers throws that left.
Yeah, nobody's really going for any takedowns. They're just trying to trade some punches as Shadley connects with that right hand. And now Ayers goes for the takedown attempt, going for the single leg takedown.
And
picks up Shadley, gets it.
Let's see if he can pass the legs here. Shadley in the guard.
Yeah, and Ayers wants to get past the guard of Shadley, try to potentially get in the full mount position, try to work from here. As 30 seconds left in this first round, Ayers decisively in the lead now with that takedown in this round. A couple body punches from Ayers with the right hand to the ribs of Shadley.
Shadley looks like he has Ayers' left arm locked up pretty good. Oh, as Ayers gets it free.
So Ayers now scoring from top position here as a 10-second mark has sounded. So Shadley will survive this first round after Ayers gets that huge takedown in the first.
Yeah, it looks like that first round was definitely more scored for points and not a lot of submission action or knockouts from either fighter.
So both fighters, both Dragon House MMA for Darius Ayers, as well as Omni Movement for Kedrick Shadley, are going to talk to their fighters. Nicole, what are you expecting from either of these corners in terms of advice going into this next round?
I would definitely tell Shadley that usually he's a fighter that waits on the first round and gets stronger and stronger the more rounds he fights. However, he was taken down at the last time at the last seconds of these rounds. So I would tell him that he should be a little bit faster for the next rounds.
And Steven, a good takedown from Ayers really sealed that round. What does he have to do to capitalize on this momentum?
You know, I think he just has to keep out of the reach of Shadley and definitely see if he can use his physical strength to his advantage and maybe with another takedown and see what he can get going on the ground and pound. Shadley didn't look like he was as comfortable in the guard as Ayers was in the mount.
And so as we are getting set for round number 2, we are unfortunately experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties on our camera, so we only have 2 shots for you, but definitely we'll have some good shots from Jacob, our side cameraman, as you see his shot as we are getting set for round number 2, as Ayers is getting positioned by the referee.
Yeah, Ayers definitely looks ready to get this round underway.
Yeah, after I think he decisively won that round 10-9 in the first round, Shadley should look to become maybe the aggressor here in round number 2 as he feints with a couple punches, goes with the left jab.
For having boxing experience, Shadley doesn't really hold his hands up like a traditional boxer.
That left kick was really a good tactic from Shadley.
But again, Ayers using his lower center of gravity to his advantage, going for the double leg takedown and getting it. So again, Shadley is going to have to use those legs to prevent from being mounted by Ayers in this position.
Shadley right now, he needs to start using those hips to try to get away from that takedown.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Ayers is going to be able to pass the guard here. Let's see what he can get going. Oh, and it looks like Shadley may have his left hand back around the neck of Ayers.
It's going to be difficult for him to get a guillotine from this position. Really trying to get Ayers to get uncomfortable as Ayers lands a nice shot from the top position with the right hand. Passing to half guard. Getting side control is Ayers potentially. Can't see. Actually, one of his legs is caught by Shadley. So good job by Shadley not getting full side control from Ayers.
And it looks like Ayers might be trying to take the back of Shadley there as he hits a right to the face.
See maybe some leaping punches from Ayers as a good left-right combination from Ayers, but Shadley able to get to his feet. Huge for Shadley. Absolutely.
He actually showed a little bit of speed there trying to evade Ayers.
Good left jab from Ayers to the chin of Shadley. Going for the left hook, but misses as we're approaching 25 seconds left in the second round.
Looks like Ayers is trying to go for some haymakers here, but they actually look pretty controlled for the power that they have.
And so Ayers getting takedowns in both the first and second round as the second round approaches its conclusion as both these fighters are trading blows, scoring some points, but again, Ayers now probably up 2-0 in terms of rounds. So it's going to be up for Shadley to have a very aggressive third round to potentially get back in this fight.
Yeah, Shadley's only hope, I think, here is either TKO or submission on Ayers. And I don't think Ayers is going to be slowing down going to the third. And Shadley looks like he might be getting a little winded.
Right now, at the end of this round, we saw how the blue corner started playing a little bit more boxing. However, he needs to remember that the red corner, his strong suit is boxing. So I would recommend for him to keep doing underground.
Yeah, really Ayers early on in that first round was trying to stay on his feet with Shadley. I think Ayers would probably prefer to stay on his feet as well, but once he went for the takedown and saw what success garnered from that takedown in the first round, he went back to it in the second, and I expect in the third round, probably going to see another takedown attempt from Ayers in this third.
I agree. Shadley just doesn't seem as comfortable on the ground as he does on his feet.
So third and final round, 2 minutes left in this opening bout of Oktoberfest Bay Area combat action here on the Solano College Sports Network. Brian Nelson here with Stephen Babb and Nikki Requejo as Ayers and Shadley getting back underway here in the third round.
Looks like Shadley's definitely going more boxing. And Ayers with the big takedown again.
Double leg once again. The recipe for success for Ayers.
I'm actually really surprised in these fight. I really thought that Kedrick was going to take his third lucky number, but to be honest, he hasn't shown anything surprising.
Yeah,
in this fight.
takedown defense is something that Shadley can take away from this matchup early on, as this is pretty good position where his legs are at least up against the cage. He can try to use the cage as leverage to try to get out of this situation from the bottom.
Yeah, Shadley definitely looks like he's in a little bit of trouble there, as Ayers definitely has the upper hand.
Yeah, inside control is Ayers, maybe going for those elbows, short elbows to the ribs of Shadley.
Yeah, that's a punishing blow when you're on the ground like that. With open shot right to your stomach. Oh, and it looks like he's looking for a leg lock there.
Yeah, Shadley is trying to just hold Ayers, and he explodes up. Exactly what he needs to do. Ayers trying to use his strength to keep Shadley down, but Shadley looks like he's about to get back up on his feet, as Ayers actually has him pinned up against the cage. Great job by Ayers using that strength. Not the tallest of the fighters, but definitely very physically built and using that physical advantage.
No, I agree. Definitely has the upper hand as far as strength goes. As Shadley tries to get back up to his feet, Ayers is just not letting him.
And so with Ayers' control throughout the match, it's going to really dictate the judges' scores. As great breakup by the referee to engage in some action. With 10 seconds left, they're going to start throwing hands.
Ayers hit that right. Oh, and Shadley backs up out of that left.
So the Vallejo native, Darius Ayers, I think, well on his way to picking up his second career victory here.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to go to decision, but I don't think Shadley had enough in this fight to really dissuade the judges out of those 3 rounds. I think I have them going all to Ayers.
I have to agree. I give it to the blue corner this time. And to be honest, I think the red corner already knows. You can totally tell by his expression. He didn't give his 100% in this fight. We'll hope to see him again and let him win.
Yeah, only his 3rd fight in his amateur career, both coming in 2018. So this is a learning process for the 30-year-old Shadley. Coming in with a 2-0 record, had to come in with some confidence, but Ayers looked very impressive here this evening. And we are getting set for the official decision with Jim Cooley in the cage, so we'll send it to him right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 big rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this bout the same way, 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision. In the blue corner, Darius D-Money Ayers.
So D-Money was money here in Napa, picking up his 2nd career victory. Kedrick Shadley falls to 2-1 in his career. And just as we predicted, 30-27, all 3 rounds going to Ayers.
Yeah, it did. Ayers is going to walk away from this match at 2-1 overall. And as you mentioned, Shadley going down to 2-1 himself.
All right, so with Shadley losing to Ayers, our next matchup in Oktoberfest here at Bay Area Combat, it will be between Tyler Watkins and Eugenio Garcia in a featherweight bout coming up next.